Hello everybody, welcome back. On the first part of this video series on how to solve the Pyraminx, I showed you how to solve an individual side, and in this particular video I'm going to show you how to solve the entire Pyraminx puzzle. As I mentioned in the first video, there are over 1,000 of these different types of handheld three-dimensional puzzles. The most famous one was the Rubik's Cube. The second most famous one is this one called the Pyraminx. Interestingly, as I mentioned in the first video, the Pyraminx is 4 years older than the Rubik's Cube. This was designed and patented in 1970, and Erno Rubik created the Rubik's Cube in 1974. So, anyway, once you know how to solve an individual side of the Pyraminx, it's very easy to learn how to solve the entire puzzle. So, I'm going to solve this particular Pyraminx twice. The first time I'm not going to show you or tell you what I'm doing, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to remain silent, and then the second time I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to remain silent and I'm going to solve it, and after I finish up I'll go back and explain what I'm doing. And as I mentioned in the first video, this is a very tight Pyraminx. It's brand new. It does not want to rotate very easily. Perhaps you'll find other faster ways to solve it than what I have, but this way seems to work pretty well. There you go. Done. Pretty slick, huh? Okay, now how did I do that so fast? Well, first off, like I said, in order to be able to do this efficiently, you have to be pretty good at solving an individual side. So if you take a look at my first video on this and you practice at it and you get to where you can solve an individual side pretty quickly, then solving the rest of the puzzle is a cakewalk. You have to remember an acronym that I've designed. Yogi Bear. YGBR. Yellow, green, blue, red. If you can remember that, Yogi Bear, yellow, green, blue, red, then you've cracked the code. You can probably solve it in any sequence that you want, but the key to solving the Pyraminx is that you solve each side in that sequence. So I always solve the yellow side first. I then go back and I solve the green side. I then solve the blue side, and then I solve the red side. And then, if necessary, I repeat it, and I keep doing that exact same sequence over and over and over, and magically it will come together. I guarantee it. It does it every single time. And when you solve an individual side, like for example when I start to go back and I solve the yellow side, it does not matter that you mess up the yellow side in the process of solving the next one, which is the green side. So again, Yogi Bear, YGBR, yellow, green, blue, red. Just solve it in that same sequence over and over and over. I guarantee you the entire thing is going to come together, generally in under 2 minutes. So I am right now just completely mixing this up in some random ordinary sequence. Doesn't matter at all what it looks like by the time I finish it. As I mentioned in the first video, there are over 75.5 million different combinations that these pieces can all be arranged. And I'm here to tell you it does not matter how they're arranged. If you solve in that exact same sequence, it's going to work each and every single time. Alright, so you ready to start? I think it's pretty thoroughly mixed up. What do you think? Alright. So as we mentioned in the first video, the first step is to bring your center pieces together. Remember, as we said, we're going to solve the yellow side first. Alright, this one is the one that takes a little bit of rotating in your head because there's only one side that all three of the center pieces can come together. We don't really care that that edge piece is solved. What we do care about is that the three center pieces are solved. Step number 2, solve for your corner pieces. Again, your corner pieces are always going to match your center piece. So no matter where your center piece is, you're always going to have a corner piece that matches it. So now we have to solve for these remaining 2 edge pieces. So here we are. I explained how to do this in the first video, so I'm not going to rehash it here. And you can see that as I solve this, I have to frequently rotate the entire puzzle around just to see where I'm at, see where all the individual pieces are. There's our yellow side. So yellow is solved. Now we're going to go back and we're going to solve the green side. Alright, well looky here. We already have 3 of our center pieces brought together. That's the first step. Second step, make sure your your corner pieces match your center pieces. Third and final step is solve for your edge pieces. This edge piece is already solved for. We just have to solve for these next 2 edge pieces. Now, again, as I mentioned, in the process of solving this right here, we're going to mess up this yellow side, and that's okay. It does not matter. So, alright, here's one green. We're going to bring that one there. Solve for one of them. This one we have to move it away. And this is a very tight puzzle, as I mentioned. Alright, green side is now solved. Alright, so look at that. We messed up the yellow side in the process of solving the green side. Like I said, who cares? Alright, next step is to solve for the blue side. Looks like we already have 3 center pieces brought together. 3 corner pieces are already solved for. The only thing we have to solve for are the 3 remaining edge pieces. Here we go. Gee whiz, that is very tough to rotate. Just gotta break this one in a little bit. There's our blue one. Next we're going to solve for the red side. And again, we're going to mess it up in the process of solving for this red side. It's not going to matter. Here we go. Okay, there's our red side. Well, looks like we did our yellow, green, blue, red, our Yogi Bear acronym, YGBR, and it did not solve the entire thing, so what are we going to do? We're going to start over. Yellow, green, blue, red. So we're going to solve the yellow side once again. And that did it. That was all it took. Sometimes you have to follow that Yogi Bear acronym a few times. Sometimes it comes together after only 3 or 4 sides are solved. Pretty slick, huh? Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you go buy yourself a Pyraminx and you enjoy yourself. They're a lot of fun. Alright, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.